Hey everybody, welcome to another Habs history video. This is part of the Habs history series that I'm doing, and we're going to look today at the 1993 Stanley Cup victory, Game 5 of that series against LA. I've already done a video of everything leading up to that, and today I'm going to do like a review like I do review for the Habs games. So that's all right here at Talking Habs, where everything is dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. And if you're a Habs fan and you want to see more videos like this, head down there, subscribe, ring that notifications bell. Blah, 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 my mouth's not working today, and that'll get you your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. And while you're on the way down there to do that, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and please leave any comments you may have about this video. If you saw the game, whatever you think of the game, whatever you want in that comment section down below. And let's get to it. First off, I'd like to say I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everybody is listening to what the health officials are telling us to stay in, to stay away from other people, stay 6 feet apart, and let's help get this, to get that curve flattened out so we can all be a little safer out there. Okay, so let's get right to this video. So, 1993 was the last Stanley Cup win for the Montreal Canadiens. It was their 24th. It was their 23rd in the NHL. They also had one in the NHA, which was the National Hockey Association, which preceded the NHL. So they do have 24 Stanley Cup victories because the NHA was also vying for the Stanley Cup. Okay, so it was also, by the way, the last victory for a Canadian team of the Stanley Cup. So there's that as well. So let's get right to it. I just got a board I'm going to bring out, and then I'm going to do the review. So you won't even notice. Well, okay, you noticed because now there's a board here. But so this board I had in the previous video that I did. What I did was like the road to the Stanley Cup. So everything that led up to it, kind of all the scores from the game. So this was the series between the LA Kings and the Montreal Canadiens. And we had Patrick Roy and Kelly Hrudey all 5 games. Montreal won the series of 4-1. LA took the first game, and then Montreal won the next 4, 3 of them in overtime. And that was their 8th, 9th, and 10th overtime victories all in a row in this Stanley Cup. And it is the record that is still out there. And I don't think I can't see that happening again where a team will win 10 overtime games in one Stanley Cup season. It was previously done, I believe, by the New York Islanders, but that was over 2 seasons. So, and they did 9. They didn't do 10. So there's that as well. So I just wanted to bring this out to show you Montreal won the first game. LA won the first game 4-1. That was in Montreal. In that second game was pretty crucial because it's in Montreal. If Montreal loses, LA goes back home up 2 games. Montreal has to go to LA and win 2 games to stay in the series, at least one of them anyway. And then it's still pretty uphill battle. And also in that game, that was the famous game where Marty McSorley's stick got checked and it had an illegal curve. And Jacques Demers and I think it was Carbonneau, they talked about it for a second. And I guess some of the players on the ice, it's a controversy because the players say they noticed the stick on the ice. They knew without a doubt it was illegal, something that most players did. They had illegal sticks and they just didn't play with them, and usually in the third period or in the last 10 minutes of a game, especially in the playoffs. Now, the Kings do say that there was some kind of conspiracy. One of the trainers or equipment managers or something kind of snuck in and saw the sticks, something to that effect. So I don't know what the truth of the matter is, but what happened was his stick was illegal. It gave them a 2-minute penalty with 1:45 to go. Habs down by 1. They got a power play goal, tied it up, went to overtime, and they were magic in overtime this season. And they beat them. So they kind of figure if they didn't do that challenge, and if the stick was legal, this could be a very different series, and Montreal might not have won the cup there, I kind of think, because of losing the first 2 games at home. Not easy to do. Unless it was going to be one of those series where, you lose at home until the 7th game. That happens. I've seen that happen a lot. Okay, so that's that part. I'm just going to move the thing out of the way, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did to prepare for this video was I watched the game. I found it on YouTube, and I watched the game over again. You know, because think back, it's 27 years. I'm old. My memory might be bad. I don't remember everything, so I thought, oh, I'll watch this game. Kind of gave me the idea when I found it to do the series of videos I'm going to do. So what I'm, by the way, if you're interested, I'm going to look at every Stanley Cup victory that I've seen that I can remember. There were 12 in my lifetime. 4 of them were in the late 60s. I might have seen some of it, but I don't really remember them at all. So, you know, but from 71 on, like the 71 and 73, it's a little vague, but I do remember. And then the rest, yes, I've got big memories of them. So, first period comes around. It's for the LA Kings. They're down 3-1. They need to win this game. First period, good pace to the period. The first period was actually quite good, where back and forth, a lot of excitement. Just a great first period. Patrick Roy makes a good save, a really good save on Tony Granato pretty early on, who was set up by Gretzky off the face-off. The puck goes to Blake from at the point. He finds Gretzky behind the net, but not like right behind the net. He's sort of in between the net and the corner. And Gretzky finds Granato, who's in the crease on the side, and Granato just puts it in. I think between Roy's legs. So it's no, I'm sorry. He tried to put it in that way, and Roy made the save. I'm thinking of another goal there. Blake and Brunet tussle on the half wall. There was I thought, you know, the rules were different back in those days. So I saw a lot of things that would have got called today, as bad as the refs are today. But a lot of things that would have got called, and I think this would have. They kind of tussled pretty good, and they fell to the ice. That might have gotten called. Montreal was really working hard early on, and it made me think of Brendan Gallagher and the way he works. They were doing that. I mean, it's playoff games, Stanley Cup Finals. You're going into a game where if you win, you're Stanley Cup champions. So you got to figure you've got that energy. You're going to have that drive, no matter how many games that have been played, no matter how bad your body feels. This is, you know, a night. I think I saw something where Patrice Brisebois said he woke up that morning and he thought to himself, tonight I'm going to be a Stanley Cup champion. So you go into that game with that. You got to be nervous, a little stressed, maybe a little bit confident. I would think they were, because, I mean, they're up 3-1. Anyway, they were really working hard. And like I said, I could picture Brendan Gallagher playing for them. So like I said, also there was a good pace, lots of action. Habs getting the better chances, I felt. I felt the Habs were getting the better chances. There weren't a ton of shots, but I just felt that. 4:35, Schneider takes a tripping penalty. Habs' penalty kill was very effective. Gretzky and Robitaille on LA's first wave, they were able to cover them. Carbonneau was able to keep Gretzky pretty much at bay, I felt. And that's for most of the series, or if not all, except maybe the first game, because the first game Gretzky had a goal and 3 assists on the 4 goals they scored, so he was hot. So the Habs kill that off. They're looking good on the PK. Pace is amazing so far. There was at that point I wrote it, 5 minutes, no whistle, just skating back and forth. Chances, not an overabundance of chances that actually got through to the net, but really good hockey. And I remember watching it. It was just so much fun. You're on the edge of your seat because, I mean, they could win this game. They're, you know, and starting to look like they're playing better, that maybe they can start dominating this team. 10:46, King goes off for charging, and once again, Habs PK looking solid. Gretzky trying everything. Gretzky all over the place, passing, shooting, trying everything, but Habs kill it off. 12:49, Granato trips Schneider in the Habs zone, so in the offensive zone for the LA. Bellows comes so close on an open net, but the Kings kill it off, unfortunately. I write here also, team that scores first in this series has won all 4 games so far. So LA scored first in the first game. They won. Habs in the other 3. They won, even though they all went to overtime. Still, team that scored first wins. Habs are 9-1 at home in the 93 playoffs. So at this point, they're 9-1 on home ice. At 15:10, the Kings defenseman Tim Waters gets checked by Leclerc in somewhere around the circle, if I remember, on a clearing pass. He's trying to pass the puck to clear it, and Leclerc checks him. That makes the puck go right to Gary Leeman. Leeman looked like he was going to shoot, and then he thought better because I guess he saw who was it, DiPietro coming in. So he kind of backs off into the corner and passes the puck to DiPietro, and DiPietro is like moving in, so he gets the puck, gets in, and makes no mistake about it. I believe he kind of actually he gets the puck, and one of those weird shots, and he goes into the far corner. I believe that's how it happened. I just watched it, but I did another video before, but my memory says that. So I put here My Cousin Vinny, so that's Dan Foose. We used to call him My Cousin Vinny because that movie was out around that time, I believe, or it was later on, somewhere at some point, maybe not at this point because this is his first season with Montreal, but we were calling him My Cousin Vinny. So he gets a breakaway as that goal is announced, but Rudy stops him. But it was really exciting. They're announcing the goal, and Dan Foose gets this beautiful breakaway. And see, my dog agrees. And let me stop until she stops barking. Oh, I resumed right away because she stopped barking. And she's going to bark again. Okay, so at 1923, Blake takes a roughing penalty by turning into Carbonneau and punching him in the face, literally. They're around the circle, low on the circle, and I guess Blake's covering Carbo. And he turns around and he just punches him in the face. Carbo goes down. He gets cut for, I think, a stitch or two on the side of the face. So penalty. And period ends with, there was 30 seconds left in the period. They don't get a goal on that at all. Period ends with a minute 30 left on the penalty. Habs were the better team in the first, with more good chances than LA. The pace was fast, almost the whole period till the last few minutes. The pace was fast. I'd say the last 3 minutes, it slowed down a bit. So they start the second. Oh, shots on goal, I'll give you that stuff. 10 for Montreal, 7 for LA. They each had 2 power plays with no goals. Second period starts up, and LA's D is looking shaky. So it's starting to look like Montreal is going to take this game. Just by the play of the Kings, they're starting to look like they're getting desperate because if they don't win this game, it's over. And Habs are up 1-0, and they got that first goal, so they know all these things, and the D is looking nervous and shaky. But at 2:40, as I thinking that at that time, McSorley takes a pass as he crosses the blue line. Oh, yeah, okay, so they're skating in. McSorley's skating just before he crosses the blue line. Pass comes to him because he's ahead of everybody, so they don't go offside. And he risks a shot. He goes in like maybe 5 feet or so in, and he risks a shot, and it beats Raw. But in a funny way, it hits the post. I'm not sure which. Honestly, I think it was that post. Bounces off to the other post and falls in. So, and Roy is like, can't even believe what's happening. Honestly, it was weird. So, McSorley is 4th from Carson and Robitaille. Did I give the goal? I didn't even write, the goal. Who got the DiPietro, his 7th from Lehman and Leclerc. I didn't even say that. Isn't that weird? I'm weird. I'm doing a lot of videos today, so yeah, I'm getting caught up in all that. Okay. 3:51. LA's D is running around. Habs getting close. Danfus gets the puck behind the net, and he finds Muller right in front at the crease, like right in front, not in the crease, but right there. And Muller just buries it. I think through the 5-hole. With a quick, almost a one-timer. He gets the puck and in the net. So it's his 10th from Danfus and O-line, and that makes it 2-1 for Montreal. And they don't look back from there. At 5:32, Lehman goes off for tripping. LA kills it off. At 7:40, Danfus goes off for elbowing. Now that's weird because I don't think there's that many penalties. I might have got that wrong. Anyways, I'm not sure about the penalties. I was confused. You know, I wrote these down because I saw them, so I think these are accurate. And then I saw that they only got 3 power plays, so I don't know how I had 4 already. I don't know. I got that screwed up. So just, you know, that's how it is sometimes. But those 2 penalties happened because I wrote them as I watched it. Mark Hardy then goes off for holding. And I didn't write the time, but just it doesn't lead to a power play goal. At 11:31, though, Habs on a rush. Leclerc finds Keane in the left circle, and LeBeau's trailing Keane on the play. And Keane makes just a nice little soft backhand pass to him. And LeBeau, he kind of slides. I wrote he slides it past Rudy. And I guess that's what it went along the ice, and I think through his legs. And yes, LeBeau's third from Keane and Leclerc, and it's 3-1 Montreal. So Rudy makes a brilliant, and I mean a brilliant right pad save on Dion. I think Dion is breaking in on the left side, and yeah, he fires a shot, and it's just a beauty. Or no, that's not what happened. He gets a bit of a breakaway. There's a guy on him, so it's not a real breakaway, but he gets in really close, and he slides off to the left. And Rudy just makes a beautiful leg pad save. He slides out and has to slide it out again. And just a really brilliant save. McSorley cross-ice pass to Clear was picked off by DiPietro, who fed Dion at the net. That's what it was. Rudy slid across with his pad to stop Dion. See, I had written it, and if I would only read what I had written, hey, that's how it works sometimes. You can see as the period goes along how Montreal takes control of the play. They really did. In this second period, they really started to take the game over by midway point of the period. And the game never really lets LA get back into it. They just never do. LAZ is making mistakes and giving up chances to Montreal's pressing offense. With Patrick Roy nets, you know he's not going to let LA come all the way back. Not in a game where they could win the cup. They're up 3-1. Patrick Roy shutting the door. That's the kind of goalie he was. That's why he's the best money goalie ever. When you're in a game 7 or a game where you're leading and you can win the cup, he is shutting the damn door. That's Patrick Roy. Yeah, he's not going to let LA come up all the way back, if at all. Like he was not giving them another goal. Stats for this. What are the stats for second period? There. Shots on goal. Montreal 12, LA 7. I want to say there was, I circled that power play, so I didn't write here that it was a power play goal, but apparently it was a power play goal. So they got a power play goal. LA had 2 power plays, and they had nothing come of it. Montreal's penalty kill was really good. Let's see now. We're in third period. Third period rolls around. Habs giving LA barely anything to work with. So they're forechecking hard. They're back-checking. LA's got no room. They're making LA run around all over the place, not able to mount any kind of sustained attack. Like they get in, they get in over the line, but it's right back out. So many infractions being let go. Today you couldn't do all the holding and grabbing and clutching at players. See, I wrote that eventually, but that's one thing I noticed right away, that it's really different, the game that way. There was a lot of stuff they did you could not do today. Not at all. At 12:06, Dion and DiPietro break out on a 2-on-1, which they got like 2 or 3 of those. So that was from before the blue line, about around the red line. DiPietro scores on a sort of give and go. It was a sort of give and go. He crosses the line. He hits Dion with the pass, and Dion and he races to the net. That's what a give and go is. I mean, I know you guys know that. Dion finds him at the net with the puck, and he puts it in. It's his 8th goal of the playoffs from Dion and from Odeline, and it's 4-1. That's it. That's all. There's 8 minutes to go. LA looks almost disinterested at that point. They know it's over, and they just go through the motions. So it was nice to relive these last few minutes of the Stanley Cup win. I used to have it on a videotape. Just the last, once I knew that it was over, so I guess maybe the last 8 minutes, once that was 4-1. I used to watch it over, I probably saw it about 20, 30 times. I used to watch it every now and then. Because it was the last Stanley Cup wins. Every time I got, they wouldn't make it, I would watch it. I had no idea it would be the last time I'd get that feeling, Who knew that that would be the last cup I would see? Because that's it. I haven't seen another cup. It's 27 years later, and I'm still waiting and hoping it'll happen again. So Montreal wins their 24th Stanley Cup, as I said earlier. It's in their history. It's the 23rd in the NHL, and they won one in the old NHA. Shots on goal for this game: 29 for Montreal, 19 for LA. Power plays: Montreal went 1 for 3, and LA went 0 for 4. My 3 stars of the game: Kirk Muller. He had a goal, I believe. If he didn't, he should have. Anyway, Kirk Muller. John Leclerc. John Leclerc had a really good game, and Paul DiPietro had a couple of goals, and he had a really good series, and he was really good in that game. Him and Dion, I probably should have put Gilbert Dion, but I don't like Gilbert Dion. Something he did once, I don't like him. It stayed with me the whole time. Maybe it's wrong to feel that way, but that's the way it is, and so I didn't put him in there for a star. But they got a lot of breakaways. They looked pretty good together. They had a lot of chemistry, I think. Patrick Roy wins the Conn Smythe Trophy. I don't think it's his first. It's his second, because he won one in '86 in his rookie season when they won the Cup. He went 16-4 with 10 overtime wins, a .213 goals against, and a .929 save percentage. It was a great playoffs. It was a great finals. One of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I think it might be because with all those overtime wins in a row, and all the times, they went 11 times into overtime. That means you're on the edge of your damn seat all game because it's, it's tied up or back and forth, however it worked out. And then you're going into overtime. But then there was a point, though, probably about 6 or 7 overtimes in, it went to overtime and you're going to win because they're winning everything. But you're still on the edge of your seat just in case. But it was just a great, great series. Like I said, I think maybe the best one I ever saw. The other one might have been in '76 when they beat the Flyers. They swept them in 4. They beat the Broad Street Bullies, and I really loved that one. We're going to get to that in my series. I'm going backwards to it. And, so that's the video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Head down there. You can subscribe, ring the notifications bell, get more videos like this. For your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge from me at Talking Habs. And leave any comments you may have in the comment section about the video, about what happened, about the cup win, whatever you want in the comment section. Thanks, everybody. Peace out. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay inside as much as you can and stay safe. See you next video, guys. Bye.